All right, we're going to talk quarterbacks real quick. ESPN put out a list of the 10 best college quarterbacks since the year 2000. Here's their list. I wanted to spend more time on this, but we'll do it quickly, and if it's contentious, we may come back to it next week. But their top 5 quarterbacks since the year 2000. Number 1, Baker Mayfield. Number 2, Cam Newton. Number 3, Vince Young. Number 4, Tim Tebow. And Joe Burrow comes in at number 5. At number 6, they have Deshaun Watson. Kyler Murray at 7. Lamar Jackson at 8. Marcus Mariota at 9. And Robert Griffin III at 10.
When you say 2000s, what did that go up to?
The year 2000 to now.
Okay. First and foremost, where's Manziel at?
That was one of my big complaints. Where the hell is Johnny Football?
What happened to Matt Leinart?
Matt Leinart was...
Didn't
He was 2000s.
Did he win the
2000s.
Heisman?
He choked. Didn't he lose to
Vince Young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won a national championship, then lost to Texas.
Yeah, it wasn't really... I didn't think that was Matt Leinart's fault as much as I thought it was Pete Carroll's fault. Remember the 4th and 1 that they had, that they gave the ball to Lendale White, while the Heisman Trophy winner, Reggie Bush, was standing next to Pete Carroll on the sidelines.
I always thought Matt Leinart
he's made that mistake twice in his
career. I always thought Matt Leinart was a little overrated, bro. Like I didn't see that.
I didn't never think he was that
good.
Great.
Like
Leinart?
Yeah,
but I don't think it's egregious to not have him on that list.
But he did. He won a lot of games.
Well, but Reggie White was, for me, Reggie White was the reason he was winning a lot of games.
Reggie Bush.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Reggie Bush.
I say Reggie White was the whole...
I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, Reggie White came back as a running back.
All right, so let's say it's a great game, but for the sake of this, because we have 5 minutes. Is Baker Mayfield the best quarterback since the year 2000?
Dude,
No, I'm surprised he was even in the top. I wouldn't have had him in the top
I would have
3.
had Cam or Joe or Vince Young.
I've got Tim Tebow.
Tebow. See, it's interesting, and they didn't give context.
Hey,
And to me, it felt weird that
Tebow was unbelievable. People forget about Tim Tebow.
Well, they gave Baker credit for having multiple good seasons, right? And I
Tim.
think that's why they put him at 1. If you look at his total numbers here, I mean, he had the best overall numbers.
Didn't win a national championship.
But that's
Didn't
my
even
point.
win a playoff game.
Tim Tebow won 2 national championships.
That's what I'm saying. It was very inconsistent. If you're going to grade guys on one season, like Cam Newton, then where the hell is Johnny Football?
I'm about to say,
Cam
And if
Newton
you
was
want guys on
perfect.
career, Deshaun Watson should be high. This list makes no sense. I have so many
Hey,
issues.
shout out to the old Scam Newton.
Yeah.
When Scam Newton came onto the scene, bro.
Joe Burrow was perfect.
Yeah, first of all.
Joe Burrow was
Joe Burrow
phenomenal. Joe Burrow had all-world talent with him.
Joe Burrow had.
He did. Cam did not, but
Cam didn't have no receiver.
No, Cam, I got to tell you, Cam was so fun to watch. Very exciting.
Shout out to Luxenkirchen.
I just don't understand how you get...
Who?
The tight end, the Luxenkirchen guy. He's this big tight end he had. And he used to throw the ball to him all the time.
I just don't understand how you get Baker Mayfield as number 1.
It has to be a longevity thing. He had more really good seasons, but he didn't win. He won jack
if
crap.
you're looking at total numbers for the entire
TV
career, what Tim Tebow's numbers? Can you call up Tebow's numbers?
Yeah, right here. The
Tim
thing
Tebow
is,
was
it's a different
video
era.
game. Next, 88 touchdowns, 16 interceptions.
57 rushing touchdowns.
But, so you see this though, real quick.
That's the thing. You're
But then you go up to Baker. Like, I know it's a different era, but
that's ridiculous too.
You know what? To me, I got to tell you why I think this is so laughable. That conference never played defense.
I'm with I'm agree. I'm just
that
saying.
That conference never ever played defense.
A fact.
And the games were 55-52. If you go back and you look at one of the great college games of that era was Mahomes against Baker. That game was absolutely insane good.
Deshaun Watson versus Lamar was insanely
tremendous.
Good. That was crazy.
Tremendous.
Deshaun at 6 on this list. Fair, too high, too low, about right?
I mean, Deshaun was unbelievable. He was nice at Clemson.
I mean,
he
was
good.
Didn't they go to? He won a national championship.
I think he won one.
And I think he lost. But didn't he lose?
He lost like
lose
2.
in the national championship?
No, I thought he lost 1.
I thought it
was
2.
1-1 in the national championship.
I thought he lost 1 and won 1. Numbers were very solid. His touchdown to interception ratio though was only 3-1. Go back and look at Tebow's. Tebow's was over almost 5-1. It probably was 5-1.
Hey, look,
that's great.
And he did it when somebody could say he did it.
His team was all
saved his
world.
prime.
His team was all worldly too.
If you consistently could beat
Twice,
Alabama,
Urban and Florida got over Alabama and Nick Saban.
twice. And they beat Ohio State. Like
Hey.
Facts, though.
We
Facts.
So if that's the case, then Cardell is all world. We beat Alabama too. And
Can't
we
believe
say-
Cardell wasn't on that list.
Shocking. You think, just saying.
Braxton Miller had the craziest.
But also, how if you're gonna give Cam Newton, because Cam Newton played one season.
One
in college
season.
Football.
He transferred in from
Florida
JUCO.
to Blinn.
Oh, yeah. Florida
Blinn
to
and then
Blinn,
Blinn
then
to-
to Auburn.
If you're gonna give him credit, and he deserves to be on this list, I agree 100%. I
Yeah.
think his one season might be the best individual season I've ever seen from a quarterback. Him and Burrow.
I was going to say, how does his compare to Burrow? Because Burrow's one season
Burrow's
at LSU
numbers are it's out of
was
this world. It's
eye-poppingly
different.
great.
But how is Johnny Football not on here then?
Yeah, I think maybe maybe
he
they
should
dinged
be.
him for playing in the conference he played in. Was he yet in the
Yeah, there
SEC?
was a very, they were very
There's
first
an
year in the
SEC, yeah.
Okay, then they can't use that.
They dinged Johnny Football for drinking and cocaine and going to Vegas.
And Steve Becker says Vince Young should be number one.
Vince Young was great.
Vince
Did
Young
you
was
realize
great.
I was making Steve
Young
take
was
203 real quick?
Vince
I
Young.
thought his stats were way better than they were.
Who, Vince Young?
I mean, different era. Granted, different era. But
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
I
look
know.
at his
I was
touchdown to
shocked.
interception.
In my head, I was shocked.
Vince Young had really one good year.
Yeah, the year of the Heisman, he didn't win the Heisman over Reggie.
And really, the Heisman's a regular season award, but to me, he solidified the Heisman with that last minute drive against USC in the national championship. That was one of the best late game drives in a big situation that I've ever seen.
You know who had crazy stats?
We got 10 seconds.
You got 10 seconds.
Dwayne Haskins.
he
Yeah.
threw for 50 touchdowns.
Fact.
50
We
Go
got
Bucks.
KYC.
Going